Hi, this is Erik Larson. I'm the author of The Splendid and the Vile, about Winston Churchill, his family, and close advisors on how they managed to endure the German bombing campaign of 1941, which is called the Blitz.
Will you go into a little bit about the title itself?
The title comes from a diary entry by one of the key characters in the book, John Colville. John Colville was one of Churchill's very hard-working group of young men who were his private secretaries. He kept a very detailed diary. He made an entry in his diary one night during a particularly intense raid. He was watching the raid unfold through the bedroom window, as one does, and he was struck by the beauty of the night. This sable black night, stars, searchlights, anti-aircraft shells exploding, bombs exploding, fire, and he was struck by how beautiful it was, but also by the juxtaposition, as he put it, between natural splendor and human vileness. And right away I thought, okay, that's it. That's my title, The Splendid and the Vile, because it really kind of sums up the whole saga.
The Brits clearly are an incredibly strong people. How could they handle this, though?
The initial reaction of many was to flee. But, most Londoners actually stayed in their homes. Some had backyard shelters called Anderson shelters. Some hunkered down in their basements. But after a while, a lot of Londoners just said, "Look, I can't control my fate. I'm just gonna sleep in my bed." There was a debate about should you be in the basement of your home, or should you in fact be in your bedroom on the top floor? Because then if your home is blown up, you will fall down upon the wreckage instead of being buried under the wreckage. This is the kind of calculus that people went to.
How do you build a book over something that is so well documented?
I knew that there had been a lot written about Churchill, but honestly, I had no idea the depth and breadth of the scholarship about him. Believe it or not, my lens, my question, if you will, like what was that like for the Churchills? How did they deal with this period of the German air campaign? That was a lens, believe it or not, that nobody else had used before. I was able then to jump into the archives and find things that I'm sure others had come across but had not used in their work because it was not relevant. A lot of these sweeping biographies of Churchill cannot dwell on the fine points of daily life. And so I found, much to my delight, that I was actually coming up with a lot of new stuff and actually telling it in what I believe in the end turned out to be a new and fresh way.
Erik, I really cannot thank you enough for being with us today.
Thank you, and thank you for taking the time.
And thank you for watching A Word on Words. I'm JT Ellison. Keep reading.
It's not my intent with my books to inform in the way that perhaps a hardcore historian might be inclined to do. My goal is to create as rich a historical experience as I possibly can